The WISE channel celebrates African Americans who did amazing things.
I'm sure you've heard of Martin Luther King Jr., but there's another civil rights leader you may not know so well. Malcolm Little was born in 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska. Malcolm's father, Earl, was a preacher who spoke up to make sure African Americans were treated fairly. Members of a racist group did not want Malcolm's dad helping African Americans, so they went to his house with shotguns and rifles, threatening to hurt Earl. When Malcolm was 4 years old, that same group smashed all the windows in his house. It was so bad, his family had to move from Nebraska to Wisconsin and then to Michigan to get away from people trying to hurt them. Soon after Malcolm's family moved into their house, a group of people set their house on fire. When the police and firefighters came and saw the house belonged to a black family, they did not try to put out the fire. Instead, they just stood around watching the house burn to the ground. Sadly, 2 years later, Malcolm's father was killed. And soon, Malcolm's mother became very sick. Malcolm was very smart, but began to make bad decisions which landed him in jail. After 6.5 years in jail, he changed his name from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X and moved to Detroit, where he became a minister. Martin Luther King believed African Americans should protest to demand equal rights but not use violence. But after Malcolm saw the violence against his family and other black people, it's no surprise he thought blacks should fight for what is right by any means necessary, including violence. He preached that message for 10 years, but everything changed when he took a trip to Africa and the Middle East. That was the first time he saw people of all races living in peace. Malcolm arrived in Africa with anger about how badly black people were treated in America, but he left with peace in his heart. Malcolm returned home with a new message of peace and nonviolence. He even worked with Martin Luther King to find a peaceful way to demand equal rights. Sadly, others were still violent against him. In 1965, people set Malcolm's house on fire. His wife and 4 children were in the house, but they all survived. 1 week later, while giving a speech about working together, a group of men shot Malcolm X. Today, Malcolm X is remembered as a great speaker and passionate civil rights leader who eventually found a peaceful way to fight for what is right. Let's talk. How would you feel if firefighters or police did not help you because of the color of your skin? Would that change what you think about them? The same person whose bad choices landed him in jail ended up becoming a great leader. What does that tell you? Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were both great civil rights leaders. Why do you think most people celebrate Martin Luther King more than Malcolm X? Have you subscribed to the WISE channel yet? If not, do it right now. And make sure you hit that little bell so you can receive notifications when we release a new video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.